Yeah.
Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to interview Nikolai from Russia. Could you describe about yourself, please?
Yes, my name is Nikolai. I come from Russia, and basically, at some point I realized that spirituality is what I wanted to do, because this is the only thing that was bringing me fulfillment. And as I said in the previous video, before I used to be doing all sorts of things like alcohol, drugs, partying, and it was doing its job. It was giving me some sense of freedom from my incompletions and worries, but at some point I realized that it's not going to work anymore. So I started watching videos of different spiritual masters that led me into Sadhguru. And one of these programs, in his darshans, I was sitting and he was explaining about the sadhana they are going to be doing for Adi Yogi consecration this February. So I had a really strong feeling that I will be in India this February. But for some reason I didn't feel that it's going to happen with Isha. I didn't think much about that, but basically after that I really wanted to experience something more. Something really intense, some intense program. So I have applied for, well actually I was applying for sannyas, and finally after sannyas with Swamiji. And finally after my trip to India, to Isha Yoga Center, they replied to me through the website. I explained my story and they advised to attend Inner Awakening. So I straight away the same day applied for the program. I didn't know how I'm gonna make it because I was a student and a lot of exams, and this was my last year and I really needed to make it happen. But I applied for this February Inner Awakening. And from the moment I applied, next day I got the blessings and I just stopped doing all other practices that I was doing. I just didn't felt right. And from that moment the whole new practice began. 24 hours, 7 days of the week, something was happening to me. Some transformation was happening, and
So you actually applied for the registered for the Inner Awakening. So you just did one step, and then Swamiji is taking so many steps.
Well, actually, I felt like I was doing a lot, okay. Because there were so many completions in terms of the money and the time, and I knew I had to do whatever it takes to be here. Because Swamiji said, if you have this will, persistence and very strong intention, you will be here. So I kind of didn't want to let him down. I didn't want to fail. So I was trying to get money any way possible. I was applying for this lottery. Basically, I wanted to win this lottery. So I did this will, persistence. I actually set for maybe 1 hour. Well, actually this was my second time I was doing the lottery. I said like for 1 hour or maybe more, I was will persistent, like I'm gonna win this, I'm gonna win this, I'm gonna win this. And through all my incompletions that arose, I was just saying this thing, saying. And at some point, maybe after 40 minutes, my neck started pain on my right, and I turned my head to the right, and I got this memory from when I was a child, and when I used to do dancing. This lady was stretching me, and it was very difficult, and I remember saying, okay, that's enough, I cannot do it anymore, and I stopped. And after realizing that, after doing this will persistent exercise, this feeling of impossibility just went away. So basically, trying to raise the funds, trying to do this in completion, the whole transformation happened. So the moment you submit your intention form and get the blessings, your inner awakening starts. You just have to be receptive to yourself, and it's gonna be a journey to this inner awakening. And well,
yes.
It's been one.
I had the same experience, with the Inner Awakening, how I joined this one. And also, would you describe a little bit about yesterday's Kalpatharu program and the initiation? How was the vibration?
Yeah, well, yesterday Swamiji gave us a gift of the Kundalini awakening and Kundalini Shakti in the third eye. So as I said, I was waiting for some miracle. I was waiting for experience. And it was an experience. It was very, very intense. And I was very satisfied. For me, it was very important to feel satisfied after whatever initiations we've been gone through. And even after that, I would just been into some other place, some other space, sitting up after this Kundalini awakening. And then they say, okay, now Swamiji is going to do the energy darshan for all of you. And yeah, I went straight away, I went on stage. And well, even walking to the stage, making each step closer, 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 different things were happening. You just have to experience it for yourself, because it is hard to describe and justify for you to believe me or understand what I'm saying. But this is an experience. And when I actually saw him and I was close to him, and I looked into his eyes, and I knew there is no other place in the whole universe that I'd rather be in. Was the place. And he touched my third eye and did something, and I don't know, I felt so peaceful. And more than that, much more than that, words cannot describe what you feel. And then I looked, and then he said blessings, and basically I had these visions and feelings what I want to become, and what things I want to happen. And basically after that, looking at him and he's saying blessings, I have absolutely no doubts it will happen. And I can see the different accidents in my life that show me that, actually tell me that everything I want will happen. So yes.
Oh yes, I'm really glad that you surrendered to Swami. Now you are going to Thiruvannamalai to do the Padayatra from Thiruvannamalai to Bidudi, Bangalore. You're going to walk all the way from there to here. I'm so happy to hear. And also, I'm sure you're going to experience everything, whatever you want, and the enlightenment with Swamiji. And also, you had a Akashic reading as well this morning. Would you like to tell about that?
Yes, I had the Akashic reading this morning. So basically, I had the feeling that I've done all this. I've been on this path before. Because some things that I do, like for example, I've started this Facebook page. Basically, the idea of this page, something pulled me to do that. An idea of this page is to raise awareness of this program, of this inner awakening, and so make everybody on this planet attend this program and experience. And basically, yes, Akashic reading. So yes, and every step I was making towards this page happen, or me attending this inner awakening, brought me so much clarity of what I want to do and what I've done, because I was doing a lot of completion and really digging into my past. And I realized that everything I'm doing now I've done before. So, and actually I had this feeling, for example, if I were to do something which require a lot of repetitive and constant work, I feel, okay, I'm not going to be able to do it, and some resistance and fear. So that I realized maybe I've done some intense tapas in my previous life that actually brought me maybe to some very high experience, but I got scared and stopped it, and that's it. Because the first Akashic reading in person which I had, they told me that in previous life, well, the question was, what is my connection with Swamiji? And the answer was that in past life I was seeking, very intensively seeking for the master, but it didn't happen. So this life, it happened. So then after that I thought maybe I actually gone really, really far. So I've asked Kalabhairava today to tell me more about my intense seeking in past life. And the answer was, well, basically I've asked Swamiji for blessing for me to get enlightened next 2-3 months, to be able to go to Russia and to spread this knowledge and get the whole Russia to be awakened, and then the entire world. So I got Swamiji's blessings and I asked this question to Kalpatharu, and the answer was that I actually was only few inches away from enlightenment. And then this lifetime I found my guru, and he will make it happen for me.
Sure. I'm glad you experience all the desires and how you got it, and actually you on the enlightenment. You'll definitely get it, and also I'm glad that you already paid for the IA. So good luck. Bye everybody.
Nithyananda.